Hello everyone. I came up here to film in the studio, which is fantastic. And 2 out of 3 kids have already made their way up here and been like, Mom, we just want to It's the novelty has not worn off them yet, because it's like, the Garden of Eden where the Lord was like, don't touch the fruit on this tree. And this studio is like, yeah, don't step foot in there, guys. This is Mama's space. It is not a kid space. And of course, that makes it very desirable. So anyway, I am here to film my October update. I'm filming it a little prematurely because October is not finished. In fact, what are we today? Thursday. And I think the last day of October is Tuesday next week. So a little less than a week, but I feel like we're pretty close to the end of it. And if anything monumentous happens, I will include that in November's update. So if you're curious to hear how homeschooling and life has gone for us in October, keep watching. Hello, if you're new here to my channel, my name is Christine and I'm a homeschooling mom of 3. I am feeling smiley and happy because I'm filming in my studio for the first time. You guys, last time I filmed this, space was not done and I was dreading having to finish it. It's not done. It's not even close to done as far as furnishing. You can probably hear that. It's very echoey in here. But the painting is done and that was huge. It was the hardest painting job I've had to do, and I've done a lot of painting. It has pitched ceilings in here that are tall. You can see these, I think you can see, there's like battens in here that needed painting. It was a lot, and the walls were in a really bad condition. They're still not perfect. There's still water damage on a couple walls that we have to figure out, but I was just like, I just need to get it painted and move in here so I can start using the space, and we'll deal with the rest later. But it was massive. It took me like 4 hours to do the first undercoat. It just took so long. I ended up using like a spray gun to do the angles because there's about 1 million angles in here, and then just rolled everything else. But I was broken. My body was broken after painting in here. But I will say I love it. It's just got a long way to go still. I've got a lot of furnishing to do in here and decorating. It'll get there though. I've got a rug on the way. It's taking forever. Oh my goodness, I got it from Adair's, which is an Australian company. It's coming from Australia. And they said when I bought it that they were having a whole distribution update, with their warehouse and everything. It was gonna take longer to get the products out. Well, it did. It took 2 or 3 weeks to get the product actually shipped. And now it's international shipping. So it's gonna take a while longer, but it's fine. I just hope it'll be worth it. It looked beautiful. So, yeah, I'm excited to see it in the space. My next order of business is to get a desk situation set up here so I can actually work on my computer in here, because I don't have a workspace in here currently, and I desperately need one. So that's the next order event. Anyway, I'm really excited for the space. It's just beautiful, and it makes me so happy every time I walk in here with my pink door, which you can't see right now, but I'm sure you'll see it in the future. And just, it's the space where there's no rules for me. There's no design rules. If I love it, it's coming in here. I don't care if nobody else likes it. If I want to hang a disco ball from the ceiling, I will do that in this space. So, yeah, you can't see it on camera, but I actually have a plant that's going to be growing up these beams, and oh, it's so much fun. So, that's kind of where I ended off when last month's update was that I was still working on here, but the painting's done, and now is the fun part of furnishing it. In fact, we have a girls' weekend with my sisters and my mom planned at the beginning, well, sort of the beginning of November. I think it's 2 weeks away, a week away, 2 weeks away, I think. And we're gonna be going to a bunch of op shops, which for you guys in the States, that's thrift stores. And I just plan to go antiquing and finding bits and bobs to go in here. So I'm really looking forward to that. Anyway, let's jump on in to homeschooling, because we did start back up with our homeschool our final term. So I'm trying to think when our homeschool holiday started. I think it was right at the beginning of October. We took I was planning on a week's break, and then that morphed into 2 weeks. And the reason for that was the 1 week that we had included both of my daughter's birthdays. So no, it wasn't quite at the beginning of October. It was mid-October that we took our first week break. And I knew it wasn't going to be a restful week because it was birthday week. And it's not just my girls' birthdays. It's several of their cousins have birthdays at the same time. My husband's birthday was this past week. I've spoken about this before. October is like everyone just decided to be born then, and it's exhausting. So I was just so burnt out, and I knew that I needed another week to chill out. And so, because the first week I didn't chill out. So the second week we took off as well, and I finally felt rested. I finally started feeling bored or like lazy, and I was like, I need my routine again. Like I was looking forward to having routine again, which was not how I was feeling prior to our break. I was feeling very much like I just didn't want to do anything ever again. Like I just want to lie in my bed and read a book for days on end. But I was very, very excited to get back into our school and our routine after the 2 week break. So I did shuffle things around a little bit. We will be working up closer to Christmas than we ever have before, but that is okay. I'm totally all right with that. It won't be a heavy workload because we will slowly be finishing things off towards the end of the year, so they'll kind of drop off, and I'll add some Christmas themed stuff in. I am going to talk about all of that probably next month, about what my end of year plans are and how we're going to homeschool over the holidays. But yeah, so we started up, this has been our first week back at school, and it actually is a short week. We had a Labor Day weekend leading up to that, and which was fantastic, by the way. I'll talk a little bit more about that later. But it's just been a short week, but it's gone really well. The first day, I find this, I don't know if anyone else finds this, I always find the first day goes really well because my kids are like, oh, this is new or different. Like we haven't done this for a while, and so it's fine for them. And I get like lulled into this false sense of like, oh, this is good. The kids love school. It's great. Like everything's fine. And then day 2 comes. And day 2, everybody is like, rah! I tell you, it happens every term. So if that's you, you're not alone. Happens to us. And then you just have to push through, and day 3 is like, okay. I feel like day 2 is when I have to like, okay guys, these are the boundaries. School is going to take place, and what mama says goes. And I know you don't want to do all of the things all the time, but you have to. So that is how day 2 goes. And then day 3, it kind of like smooths out again. So yeah, that is how this week has gone. We will have our final day of the week tomorrow, but it's gone well. And we did actually introduce some new curriculum, which I'm not going to talk about yet because I feel like I want to save it for my curriculum picks for 2024. So I'm just going to keep that under wraps for now. And also because I'm just sort of like, you know, tiptoeing my way into it. I'm just getting used to it. It's quite different. And so I will chat about that though. Next month, I think you'll probably get those videos, or January. I'm not 100% sure because I want to do my review videos of everything first. Because I love those, like when you get to see like what someone's picking, and then at the end of the year they give like a full synopsis on everything and like their reviews. Like this is what I picked and I'm so excited, and then like this is how it actually went. I think can be very helpful. So I am planning on filming those review videos and having it set by grade, like basically like this is what I did with my 3rd grader this year. We started like this is what we did, and this is how it turned out. As opposed to just like one big end of year school update, or though I might still film one of those videos. We'll see. I might just do a December update instead. But yeah, I'm going to do that and quite an in-depth review on everything that we did this year because I find those videos really helpful, and I hope they'll be helpful to you guys. So my curriculum pick videos will come out after I've done my review videos. So that's quite a lot of content to come still. So yeah, but I'm looking forward to doing that. So homeschooling is going well so far. We'll be doing about 8 or 9 weeks of school before we finish off for the year. So like right up till Christmas pretty much. And that's okay. So it's felt really good to get back into it this week. I'm just like, I feel like we're entering a new phase of homeschooling where we're getting up to like harder stuff, like big kids school stuff. Obviously not high school or anything like that, but like we're moving out of the phonics stage with my eldest child, and that's new territory for me. His reading is just incredible, and he's doing so well. And I just wanted to speak to that. I keep meaning to get on Instagram and say this as well, but I have found it super interesting this year when we go to the library and I let my kids go and choose their books. My girls very much, you know, flock to the princess and like fairy tales, and like not just princess and fairy tales, but like picture books and fantasy. They really enjoy that stuff. My son's picks make me laugh every time because they're just, I mean, they sum him up perfectly in his personality, but it just has made me laugh because my expectations for him and of him are just different. And like, I love it. I love that he's changed that for me. And when he gets books out, they're like almost all nonfiction, and they're on like the oil industry and military exercises and like serious stuff, guys. Not anything that I would have thought of. Like, I don't know, I just didn't think that, but that is who he is. He loves facts. He loves analyzing situations. He likes real life. Now, don't get me wrong, he does really enjoy fiction as well, but he likes historical fiction. He likes fiction that is based on real events. And so I just want to encourage you that if you have a child who is perhaps a struggling or reluctant reader, hold out hope. Because I never thought my son would enjoy books. I thought it would always be a battle, and this year everything changed. But also, the style of books that he enjoys is completely different to what I thought we were working toward. And yet, it is just as good. And so, yeah, he's just like, he cracks me up. He got like the child's encyclopedia out, which was like this thick. It just made me laugh. Like very serious books for an 8-year-old boy, and yet he is full of knowledge. And we were just reading about the Statue of Liberty today in our history, and he piped up halfway through the lesson, "Hey Mom, did you know that the Statue of Liberty is the 7th tallest statue in the world?" And I was just like, I don't even know where you learned that. Like, and how do you retain facts like that? Because I am not someone, I don't know, I guess you do, but I was never that kid who was just like spouting facts. And I know there are kids who do that, like with dinosaurs and stuff like that, but he is very much like general knowledge, world events. That's my boy, and I am very proud of him. He is a special kid. I've seen him just grow a lot this year. So that has been fun in school to see that and to see his reading really take off. And he's starting to like work through small chapter books on his own without me even having to motivate him. So that's really exciting. So, yeah, I think that covers homeschooling. I don't think there's really anything else to add to that for the month of October. November will be like a solid month of school, and then December obviously will sort of teeter out. But everything feels like the last of. Like we just finished a read aloud today, and we're starting our final read aloud for our school year. I will plan on doing some read alouds over summer, but this is our final like set one for our actual school term. And so, yeah, we're just sort of like ticking off things at this point, which is great. My youngest daughter, oh my goodness, guys, Leapfrog Letter Factory, amazing. She's completely mastered her alphabet sounds using that. And I wish I had known about it with my firstborn. Like I would have used it all the way through. It's fantastic. So she is now acing her preschool work because she like knows the letter sounds, and so that's been really fun and enjoyable to do with her. She when I think it was Monday night because it was a long weekend and we were all around the dinner table, and I was like talking about how it's, you know, tomorrow's gonna be different, guys, you know, no TV in the morning or anything, it's school, we're back to school tomorrow. And she like was like gleefully giggling, it's school tomorrow. Like she loves school. So that's fantastic. She also turned 5 this month, so guys, I have no preschoolers left. They're all big kids now. I know they're not really, but to me, they are big kids. We're in a different season of life. And she's very excited for her school. And I've got all of her curriculum for next year, and she's very excited about that. she had like several meltdowns over the holidays because we're not starting that yet. So yeah, she's very eager. And my middle daughter, my middle child, she is a very easy student. She just does everything. She very rarely complains. She's a very, very typical middle child. But she just really loves school and she's great at it. So it's fun to see all the different personalities and see how everyone learns differently and the same. So that's homeschool. And life, like I said, it was crazy, crazy busy. The first half of October was just birthdays. And oh my goodness, so my girls are like 2 years apart. Their birthdays are the day after each other. And when I had my third child, my second daughter, I had like a whopping big contraction on her sister's birthday the day before. And I was like, no, you're not coming today. You can't share a birthday with your sister. Like, you have to have your own birthdays. In hindsight, I would have started walking around the block and gotten that baby out. Because, guys, it's so much work having birthdays one after another. Like, to have to like rally that same enthusiasm the next day when you're like dead tired from working all day the day before to make that child feel like they are number one in the world that day. Oh my goodness. And I feel like terrible because my mom had to do that, and mine and my sister's birthday, so they're like a day apart, but also 4 and 5 days after Christmas. Like, my poor parents. I really do empathize now. It's hard work. So that was really busy. We did have a big combined birthday party for all of the cousins, and that was fantastic. Had lots of fun. We've had gorgeous weather this month. It's been amazing. It's been a month of just like pinching myself because our home just feels incredible. It's like so beautifully laid out for this time of year and this kind of weather. We bought a pool for the kids. It's a pop-up pool. They have been swimming. We started that this weekend. I've been in the garden. My vegetable garden is just coming to life and filling out. I got one of my flower gardens all set up. I'm so excited for that. My rose has just started blooming. I've got dahlias and zinnias and lots of other things I'm going to put in there, but that's what's in there for now. Cleared out other gardens and ordered plants to go in there. I just am very excited. I have a vision and it's going to take a while, but I'm excited. We discovered we have a pear tree and a plum tree, which we didn't know about, so that's been really fun. I've planted a grapevine and a peach tree and an apple tree, and we also have several citrus trees and blueberries and raspberries and strawberries. Like, I just feel abundantly blessed as far as produce and what we have in our garden and what will be there for years to come. So it's been a really fun and exciting month, and I'm also really excited not to feel burnt out because I was worried that was going to carry on until the end of the year, because like from now on is when I typically feel burnt out, but I'm feeling refreshed now. And I think that taking a proper break really helped with that. So yeah, we did work this weekend. I was broken. I have a really bad back. It's been really particularly bad lately, but I injured my tailbone when I was pregnant with my second daughter. And ever since then, I'm just broken. But I was in the garden a lot this weekend and I could barely walk that night. It was so bad. But this weekend was incredible. Labor Day weekend. Last year, if you watched my videos from last year, we were just depressed. It rained all summer. It was awful. It rained all winter as well. It was like a year of rain. And this year has been the opposite. It's been amazing. In saying that, it's raining at the moment. It has been raining the past couple of days, but the garden needs it now, so it's okay. So yeah, it's just been, I was thinking about like 2022, and there was nothing about 2022 that I wanted to relive. It was a really, really hard year. A very traumatic year in a lot of ways. This year just feels like coming out of that darkness and like the light, and in so many different ways. It's just like, I've been like sitting on my back porch drinking tea. The other night I sat on my back porch. The rest of my family was out, and I sat and drank tea and read a book for like 45 minutes. It was incredible, like absolutely incredible. So yeah, just feeling really blessed, and trying to lean into those blessings. Currently with world events at the moment are really, really heavy. And it's really, really easy to just fall into that state of hopelessness. I was watching the podcast, or listening to the podcast from Emma's for Mama. It's not her most recent one. I think it might be 1 or 2 old now, but it was basically like, stop doom scrolling. And I had already like stopped that, but it was just like a really good confirmation. You know, we know it's bad. Things are bad. We shouldn't be surprised by that. But also, like, there is no fruitfulness in just scrolling on your phone and going over and over the same things that you already know. Like, get off and pray, and also lean into the blessings, because it feels weird to be living in such a safe and wonderful place, and to feel so abundantly blessed when you know there is so much hurt and suffering going on in the world. But you don't deny God's blessings because there is suffering. You can acknowledge both at the same time. You can be praying and helping in ways, and also, you know, leaning into the blessings that God has given you at the same time. However odd that might feel, because I know that. It's a weird feeling. But yeah, just been like feeling very overwhelmed by what He's given us, because I don't feel deserving of it. But I have to remind myself, you know, like, what would you give to your kids if you had unlimited resources? Because that's what God has. And He's given me so much more than I had even like expected or hoped for. So I will probably harp on about this house forever, guys. I'm sorry if you're sick of the subject, but to me it's just like, whoa, and feeling really blessed. So October has been a good month. It started out pretty rough, but I feel like we've ended on a good note. School is going well, and I'm looking forward to next month and ending the year. Like, I like this time of year. It's exciting. I love Christmas. I'm not one of those people who's like, oh no, they're putting the Christmas decorations out. I'm also not someone who decorates super duper early, but I love it. I'm just like, there should be more joy in the world. Let's lean into the joy. So that's me. Anyway, if you have questions, leave them down in the comments below, because sometimes I think I promise to update on things and then I forget. So if I have forgotten something that you're interested in, go ahead and leave that down below and I will answer you. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
What if the world had more of your smile? What if the wind could spread your love? What if your sweetness could reach everyone? There'd be no wars,